Good evening, Speedgaming fans, and welcome back to another edition of the Super Metroid Randomizer Tournament for Speedgaming Live Online 2025. We have a Group A matchup between Zeb316 and Idol. My name is DJ Webb, and I will be bringing you this two-game stretch along with my co-commentator, Seneth. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, DJ. Pretty excited to see this race. I know I saw Idol in the last one, and he made some really awesome plays, but also some kind of weird mistakes. So it'll be interesting to see how he's improved since then.
Yeah, Idol is a very interesting player, in my opinion. I feel like he thinks he's worse than he is, and he makes like kind of gamble plays because of that, and it doesn't work out, and he puts himself in worse positions than he would otherwise be in. Or like, like obviously he's not the best like vanilla player or whatever, he hasn't had the most rando experience or success, but like he's not bad at all. Like by no means is he like a pushover or anything, but he's always like, I feel like he comes into the interviews a lot of times and is like, yeah, I thought I needed to do something, so I did this and it didn't work. And it's like, you actually really didn't need to do much. And it kind of hurts him. And I know that's especially true going up against his opponent, Zeb, who is our overall #1 seed in the tournament, and obviously is therefore the #1 seed in this group. We were talking a little bit here in Group A. So because of an earlier split, Sunwoo Farmer, who ended up being the 3rd seed, not that the 2nd and 3rd seed have any difference in this group, he is 7-1 and cannot be worse than the 1 seed. There's likely to be a tiebreaker, but Idol could spoil that and put Zeb in the 2 seed and absolutely destroy the bracket for basically everyone, which will be a lot of fun.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to have fun.
Yes, absolutely. Also interesting. Typically, Zeb has his cam going on, so I don't know what's going on there, but he doesn't want to show us his face. He's got new strats going on.
New Zeb strats. Ooh, power bombs right off the bat, so it's not going to be a minor hunt unless supers tend to hide themselves.
Yes, I was informed there was a race yesterday where one of the runners had a 15-minute full reset to the beginning of the game because of a lack of super missiles caused a soft lock, which is extremely rare. And I kind of felt bad hearing about that, but yeah, the tournament's been going pretty well. The seeds have been somewhat anomalous, at least that's how it feels to a lot of people. I was talking about how there's some level of confirmation bias where, if you get a quote-unquote normal or like, fine seed, it doesn't stick out in your mind. If you get a dumb seed, you're gonna remember it for a week. So, kind of hard to tell exactly how true some of those things are, but yeah, right now we are playing a major minor item splits. So the unique items, which are mostly on the tracker, there's an extra one that appears in the HUD. Those are shuffled in one pool. The missiles, supers, and power bombs are shuffled in the other pool. And we are in a vanilla area transition. That is exactly where that door is supposed to go.
Are you sure this is transition randomized?
Very occasionally you will get some vanilla transitions. It is pretty uncommon, I would say, but most of the time, like, it's barely even like that notable, so you like don't even pay attention to it. That one's kind of obvious just because it's gonna be the first one you check, provided you have the power bombs to do so. That one is not vanilla.
Nope, but it's nearby.
Yeah, and we're not gonna do anything there. Technically, it is in logic to get up to a mountain. You could check a minor item, which won't do you any good. Right. We have all of them, and then we're going to come right back to the very, very friendly, very item-dense green Brinstar. It is a little bit interesting thinking, 4 minutes ahead, if the other portal up there isn't necessarily something that we want to deal with. You go back through meme route to do criteria, or are you doing like early hell runs? But we'll see.
High jump boots, though.
Yeah, that is a very good item here to start out. So we'll see if this is a very fruitful and profitable green Brinstar here for our runners. It is a little bit awkward coming in here this early. Your power bomb, total is low, and you have to use 2 to get in here. So the last power bomb's gonna be reserved for the coral hallway. Then you're gonna have to farm before going to Edekun's if you don't get another one. But we did get to see the much easier and also less common high jump boot version of the Green Gate glitch here at the Wave Gate. And we're rewarded with bombs.
Rewarded.
That's it.
Yeah, rewarded with bombs.
Now they don't have to farm if they don't want to.
If I were these players, yeah, go down to Edekun's, get the major there, come back up. By then you're refarmed. I'm not thinking going back into the back of Sports Spawn though, even though that's another major. I'm thinking of going and getting the map information to see what the connector's going to connect to.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be hoping to leave out of the left side, but we'll see exactly where it takes us. A lot of things we can't really do anything with. The high jump boost does make several more portals viable than would otherwise be the case. Well, actually, truthfully, it's just one, but you can ignore that part. Yeah, I agree with this. Use the bombs even if it's slower. That way you don't have to go in and farm. So out to a little bit of an early lead here. There was some indecisiveness on Idle's part, as well as Zeb is generally just a little bit faster, especially randomizer-wise, moving around the map. He probably has as much experience as anyone in this tournament, if not more, as far as, you know, playing seeds over the years. Definitely been a little bit less active, specifically this calendar year. This is only his third match of the tournament that he's actually played out. The second one was literally earlier today, so he took a little bit to get into things. But
sometimes, you know, it works out that way. You play the games back to back on the same day, so you stay fresh.
There's definitely a little bit of a, you know, argument of whether, you know, fresh and, you know, warmed up from all the playing, or, you know, there may be a little bit of fatigue if you know, seeds braces 3 and 4 of the day. I know most of the time I play 1 or 2 seeds a day. You know, when you get into best of 3 series, when you do those all at once, it definitely can get a little bit exhausting. So gotta pace yourself and all that. But we got a pretty nice slew of majors here so far. Already bombs, high jump, and plasma. And the third tank is also, or the second tank rather, only is pretty nice here. Miners are extremely missile heavy right now.
And power bombs.
That is really nice. But I think Under the Bridge was also a missile, so supers are definitely, you know, not the most plentiful right now.
You okay over there? You gonna make it?
Just a little bit of a hiccup, I'll be all good. But yeah, low supers, especially early, can definitely, you know, be a little bit tricky. There's another not super.
Yeah, so this is going to be one of those seeds. Ammo conservation and usage is going to be very important.
Absolutely. And again, depending on what portal this takes us to here at the Green Brinstar elevator, we have a potentially interesting decision. We have both bombs and a bunch of power bombs now, so like you don't have to really worry about managing that part of your resources, and if you want to go back up criteria, you're more than fine too, but it's a little bit long before you get to anything useful. And we're definitely not doing anything with the front of Lower Norfair, so yeah. Decision point here. Upper Norfair items are kind of bad with this equipment set, but getting to the other transitions is definitely something you could do. Otherwise, there are, you know, easier items to get to and easier portals to get to in criteria. Just that those items have a little bit smaller value than the other ones. But given our energy situation, there's not a lot of in the upper north items either. Nothing's in logic.
Right. And it looks like Zeb's heading right back to Sports Spawn. Wonder if we're gonna go take a spy back here. Nope.
Oh, that's just a minor location. You're almost never going to see that in these settings.
Oh, that's true.
Unless you're trying to get first power bombs, basically. Which has happened to me in a practice seed this past week. Yeah, so I think this makes sense from... I also think there's a pretty decent chance Idle doesn't do this. He's one of those people who will look at, you know, his opponent in front of him and say, I need to not just, you know, be following in his footsteps and try to do something. And like I said, the items kind of stinky in Upper Warfare, but you could do, you know, getting to either single chamber or chronic boost is in logic with only 2 tanks. And it can be a pretty decent play, but looks like not gonna happen right now. See if we can get some supers here in Criteria. Although this is probably the only mine we're gonna check. It is another power bomb.
Power bombs.
We get the very rare treat of doing the climb with high jump. If you're used to it, it's a little awkward. It is faster and really fun. If you're a little like myself, it's actually kind of bad. You really do just want to do the wall jump climb, but you need so many fewer wall jumps, and it just looks super smooth and cool. So I like that. And yeah, it's weird here. You've been seeing Zeb actually doing this a little bit with so few supers. He's been using missiles on red doors, which you almost never see in Randomizer, just because it's 5 versus 1. But you would rather have that super for a green door.
So we're gonna have to see what Gauntlet's holding on to, I think, pretty soon. And we got a Bomb Chorizo bonus fight.
Yes, indeed. That is how Bomb Chorizo works. If you have the bombs, the door closes and the fight activates. Pick those bombs up pretty early there in Green Brinstar. A nice ability to get some super drops, especially because we do have, you know, that plasma beam didn't really even need to use the supers to make the fight really fast. And Idol here is skipping out on that item check as well as the fight. So
that might be a good call by Idol. Oh, double jump down to Terminator.
I was gonna say you were calling out that potential to do Gauntlet. I wasn't necessarily sure if we were going to see it, but Zeb does look like he wants to do that right now. So Idol's gonna be skipping 2 major checks that Zeb had, and right now just the E-Tank there, which depending on, you know, how soon we do Warfare and if we have the various suit, could potentially have some value, but otherwise it's going to be a lot of time save, and there is pretty much where we want to be. The red tower area has been located. Get to a lot of different places on the map. Typically through that area, it has 6 portals in and out.
Another E-Tank reward for the Gauntlet.
Couple of tanks. If various suit comes here really quickly, Idol is not really going to miss those. You're almost never going to be, you know, at a loss for E-Tanks. You know, check 2 or 3 major locations. You were certainly going to get at least 1.
Right. So. Yeah. So you're liking the play that Idol's doing right now.
I certainly don't mind what's going on here. He's got, you know, a couple of skips in there. It hasn't rewarded Zeb with any, you know, huge major items, as well as no supers here in the back. So we're still extremely low on the super count here, which is a little bit awkward. You know, if you find any boss area, you know, even Kraid isn't really going to be the most fun thing to fight, because you're going to have to make sure that you manage your current ammo just to make sure that you get, you know, a quick kill ability, especially if you go into the wreck ship and it takes up all your supers. So, like I said, it just depends on. We did see, you know, the other Criteria portal did go into Upper Warfare as well, that single chamber. So, don't expect either one is going to go right there right now, but Warfare is very available to us, and if both of our runners end up there, Zeb is going to have a much easier time with 200 extra health. We do
only 100 extra health now because he got the E-Tank over at Spacer Beam.
So Green Brand, lots of unique items. We did also get the double jump here in Criteria, but the E-Tanks are starting to fill out, as you typically expect here in a major minor seed. We do have this double jump here, so X-Ray is easier to get to than it otherwise would be. We do see Idol saving here. I do still think you actually want to turn high jump off. You actually want to be having lower jumps typically, just to not hit the ceiling as fast as well. You know, there's some spikes up there at the beginning. Yeah, here we go. He's turning off those high jump boots. As good as they are,
double jump.
Turning off double jump doesn't make a lot of sense to me. but the normalized setup that you see definitely
he might be used to a specific strat.
Yeah,
he's
so
got it.
I'm not an early X player. I think basically everyone knows that. I would expect that you are holding jump the whole time for all of those deboosts that you do, which would mean that having the double jump on would not affect things in any way. And getting back is completely free. We got grapple beam. That's really, really nice here in Boss Rando. Especially, you know, already having the high jump boots, we don't even need to do the difficult grapple escape out of Dragon. So, pretty nice start here for our runners, other than super missiles. The super missiles are very low.
Do you think it's going to be an early charge because we don't have a whole lot of good ammo yet?
I mean, there's no indication one way or the other as far as the randomizer is concerned. It could happen, it could not happen. I think it would definitely make especially Idol happy if that happened. I know he's been in chat and he's, you know, been commenting on some of the things that have been happening, you know, especially like we were talking about, you know, the person in charge of this group right now, which is actually Sunwoo Farmer, really been playing for charge, which is somewhat uncommon amongst a lot of runners. Zeb, one of the pioneers of basically just always going towards that ammo route as opposed to the charge route. But when you're, number one, when you have plasma, and number two, when you're 15-16 minutes in here and we only got 5 supers, charge would be great. And Crocomire, he's got 2 chances for us to get it. And thankfully we do have all of those missiles here and the fight's going to be okay. Otherwise, the fight could definitely be a little bit tricky. But like I said, early Varia really good for Idol in the case that, you know, those 2 E-Tanks Zeb got. That took a little bit of time, pretty much would be, you know, of no use. But just another E-Tank here behind Crocomire.
Not a terrible find.
I don't remember if Idol has turned back on both the high jump boots and the double jump. I know for Zeb, high jump is, he did. Okay, I know high jump is still off. I watched him do it, yeah. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. I think I would probably do a similar play here. Just stay in Croc. Like, you might as well.
Go check the grapple beam check while you're down here. And we have yet another Croc fight happening. These players are back to back as far as where they are in the seed. But Zeb has a few more items on top of Idol, which is kind of scary that the movement difference there.
Yeah, the other awkward thing that happened here, we don't need the green gate glitch. I do believe it is still the faster way to get down to grapple, but we do have both high jump and double jump, so it's actually pretty easy. But Idol had 1 super and got no drops, so he was sitting at 1 super, so yeah. Don't know why he's power bombing, but, you know, it's fun. And then, yeah, you get to use that unique item here in the dash randomizer to get up here to Crocomire's ledge and see what the grapple beam holds for us. Only a reserve, and Zeb is also staying. So, still going to be a tank advantage for Zeb, but it's a lot less significant here if we do end up, again, in Upper North here anytime soon. That thing always destroys you if you try to do a little double jump action. But I do expect Idol will do some farming here, just because... Well, number one, you got a reserve, so you want to fill that up, and also his current health isn't super great. But right now, Idol hasn't checked any of these minors. Zeb is going to go ahead and look at what I believe is the quickest one. It is going to be rewarded with Super Missile Pack number 2. So again, early on here, we're going to be looking out for those things. If Charge Beam doesn't show up or the rest of the seed starts to unfold before us pretty quickly, the ammo lead that Zeb has is widening here by the minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see if Idol can successfully, you know, navigate. Oh, the 3rd super. That is huge ammo here for Zeb. So we'll see if Idol wants to go down here. There's a couple ammo checks. The alpha power bombs. Again, he's saying no. Seems like he does maybe want to be going for that charge route. You know, like we said, Even with those two that Zeb just found, it's still pretty low here in this current state. And plasma makes charge all the better. So.
Yeah, definitely. But these early supers could mean the difference between ammo farming later in the seed too.
Could also be the difference between a killable Ridley and not, as we found another super here in the moat. Zeb's certainly going to get that here in a little bit. And there's our final Bubble Mountainside portal. I honestly expect that we're going to be heading through there. There's very little else that it could give us that would really be any better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's basically Kraden wreck ship.
Yeah, if I were these runners, I'd probably be thinking about going through that area that we just found in Upper North Fair.
So Idle is saving here. I actually think this is if he's like fully thought about this, I think this is really heads up. If he's just doing it because he thinks it's like a smart play, he would be correct. But like I was saying, like you almost certainly either going back to Upper North Fair from some portal, or if this is a boss portal, that save is going to be way closer to where you're going to go if you end up getting a non-killable boss at Wreck Ship or Kraid, for example. So I do like that save, pretty heads up. Zeb also not going to Alpha Power Bombs, especially with how low the supers are. That's pretty surprising to me. Front of East Meridian. It was a boss area. It wasn't a boss area we could do anything with.
Right, we need gravity to get through there.
Ice Beam would also be great. At least to get to, you know, the Batoon here, but yeah.
Zeb definitely thought about moving through that area, but then turned around. So I don't know if he's thinking he's going to go save first now. He had plenty of E to do it.
Yeah. I think it's kind of weird because you would rather go through single chamber, but it's a lot farther away from where you are now, like as far as getting anywhere. It would be better specifically, like you could do Wave Beam and then go to Bubble Mountain on basically one trip if you were Zeb. But you would have to run so far all the way across Criteria just to do that I expect that they're both just going to be doing this. But not farming in Croc like I thought Idle would have. I'm going to say a little bit punished here by this play just because, like I said, that reserve is not full. And the thing about the farms in this game is that, like, somehow almost all of them are in heated rooms. So it takes longer than if you would have just completely farmed up in Croc's lair in that not heated room.
Right.
So yeah, I think Idle's positional lead is pretty much gone already at this point. He's just gonna spend so much more time here farming and stuff in Upper North Fair. Although it looks like he just wants to go to Business Center. He's gonna come down here, gate glitch, use that energy refill, and then use a combination of double jump and grapple beam to get over to Business Center. Which again is a play I don't mind. I really don't mind that play. The problem is, and like frankly, I've played like this in occasions. Yeah, this is you need like 10 health to get to that door. 12.
That is just barely enough.
Yeah. I like not doing the Bubble Mountain items. I don't like it as much in this exact scenario because basically the rest of the seed is pretty much before you over here. So you're kind of doing these items now or you're not doing them, which again, not doing them is fine. It's a little scary because, you know, we found some good items early and then it's been 10 minutes and we haven't even gotten more supers, you know, especially on Idle's side. So Zeb's sitting here pretty at 25 comparatively.
Kind of speaking of, it's about this time that I usually remind chat, hey, you go follow the runners. You gotta go follow these runners because we can't do these races without them. Tell them good luck and have fun in their chat. Say hi. I'm sure they'll appreciate you.
I will point out, one of the people more likely to stream the pickup races that we do throughout the week, so he's definitely a good follow. Zeb, a little bit more of a solitary, you know, racing to himself. leaned more that way recently here, somewhat because I don't have that much energy when I'm done with work every day. But we got 2 more unique items here. Space Jump for Idle, Spring Ball for Zeb. Ice Beam would complete the, gravityless movement for Zeb. So that Spring Ball's a pretty good find. But again, if we find gravity, its usefulness is going to be pretty low. And without having, super high energy, you saw Idle doing a little bit of farming there when he was in Business Center the first time. Going to see a little bit more. And without all those extra supers that Zeb has found, Crystal Flashes aren't exactly the easiest thing for Idle to come by. This Hell Run is more than doable with this energy, but like one mess up and things start getting scary. So hopefully he doesn't fall in lava or have any issues. Space Jump definitely gonna. Oh, there's lava. He's fine still, but he's got to be careful. Very much like that power bomb. He wall jumped like he didn't have high jump. Ooh, not great drops. But like I said, this is plenty of health to get out. And it's gravity suit. So yeah, that
and a wave beam for Zeb.
And the usefulness of that spring ball just went pretty low. So good skip there. Wave beam again. If we find charge, that's gonna be great. But again, Idle's the one that wants it more because he doesn't have any of the supers that Zeb has picked up recently, basically. And he's gonna also right now be not having wave beam for the foreseeable future, if not forever. But big plays here if things work out for Idle's end.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The gravity suit gives heat protection, but not heat immunity.
It does not. It doesn't do anything to heat damage in the settings that we're playing in. So you'll take normal heat damage. It protects you from the lava like it normally does, but not from the heat. And there's the other side of East Meridia. You can get 2 majors if you go in there. One of them is Shack Tool, which isn't the greatest major item anyone's ever seen, but it's there, and you could do it. And there is more Meridia. This isn't looking great because the bottom portal here definitely goes to Wreck Ship. And then on the other side of Wreck Ship is Crater Turian, and the other of those is on the other side of Lower Norfair. So
Speed booster.
That is a pretty big find there for Zeb. If Idle doesn't find ice, or especially soon find ice, that could be a little bit strange. But it's gonna make Zeb's trip over to Bubble Mountain extremely fast, which is going to be real nice. That's a nice energy refill for Idle.
Yeah.
But number 1, Various Suit just got really valuable because, like I said, there is a dead-end portal at the back of Lower Norfair. If it's Turian, you can get away with not having Varia a lot easier. If it's Kraid, you really don't want to skip it. You can. It's real tough, though. And again, we don't even know where Ridley is. We haven't seen any of the bosses. We've only, found portals to 2 of them, and yeah, this map is not the friendliest to our runners, given that we're gonna have to go to more than likely the end of Wreck Ship here to find what's going on as far as the rest of the map. I do believe our runners have the exact same portal knowledge, so Idle should know already that he is walking into Wreck Ship, and 3 of the 4 bosses are beatable. Zeb's going to walk into Work Ship, and all of the bosses are going to be beatable because he's managed to find 40 supers. He's got a full reserve, in my estimation, plus, again, those 2 tanks. And funnily enough, I actually think this is the worst outcome as far as which portal you wanted to find of Wreck Ship. I think you would have rather found the back, funnily enough, in this situation.
Why is that?
Well, because you're going to come all the way here to kill the boss, so the front portal is a lot less far than the boss. You have to go all the way to the back. And again, you have to check that now. So because you have to do it, you would rather have to do the front from the back when it's right there for you. And yeah, Idle has been skipping missiles, so definitely on a bit of a charge lookout. And fortunately for him, it is not in the Bubble Mountain items that he skipped. Unfortunately for him, a wave beam that would make his charge beam a lot better, plus a very nice item in the speed booster, are here at were over there in Bubble Mountain, plus a spring ball that doesn't do much. Idle didn't save, and frankly, I don't know the last time he saved. Did he save in? He saved at the top of West Murdy, I think, actually. But yeah, because the back portal here is a dead end, that's still bad.
And that's Ridley.
See, he thinks that was a good play because he's closer to the rest of the map, but he needs to know what the back is. And yeah, like I said, Zeb can kill that Ridley and will.
Right.
It will not be very difficult for him. And then he's going to follow through on that back. And assuming, I mean, if it's Turian, Idle probably gets bailed out by the layout, but even that is kind of not true. I don't know. It's tough. And Idle is just heading here to East Meridia, which again, like I said, there are 2 items you can check. And given how the map is laid out, Shaktool kind of got less bad than he was, but it's still Shaktool and it's still kind of bad. But yeah, I think Zeb was in a pretty good spot, even with, Idle's been positionally ahead for a little while here with a lot of skips that he's made now. Zeb has checked 5 majors that Idle hasn't. And now Zeb is going to be able to kill this red ship boss. It's really not going to give him much because Ridley can't lock Varia, so that's 5 locations that aren't going to be the Varia suit, which is really all that Zeb needs here, besides, the ability to kill Mother Brain. But again, Zeb, one of the most experienced players, he's definitely going to check that back portal. And if that's Kraid, Idle's basically dead. Like, there's kind of no coming back from that.
Yeah, despite the small lead that Idle looks like he has, this is totally Zeb's seed to lose at the moment.
Being a whole lot more thorough here, which again, I understand from Idle's perspective why you wouldn't want to have been doing all the things Zeb has done. I would have checked that miner now. It doesn't really matter, actually, but I still think I would have. Actually, I like not doing it now that I've put like 2 more seconds of thought into it, because you're coming back out that way no matter what. So if you get charged, it's a free skip.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, Idle has to do this sandpit play, and then, potentially Shaktool. And like, his other checks are back in Bubble Mountain, and we know that Speed Booster is there, and that gets you, free access to this Batsun hallway. Like, the other problem with Idle, like, I do know that he can CF clip as he finds Ice Beam. That's really massive for him. If you CF clip to Batsun with this equipment, you're gonna have 40 missiles, and you're gonna have to fight Batsun, and no one likes fighting Batsun with missiles. So yeah, that was huge. You can see Idle's happy about this. Again, he needs charge at this point. And he also needs this to be Turian back here. And he also needs to find Barrier really soon. And that's a lot of needs that, like, he already got one of them with Ice Beam being here. Like, you can't keep needing everything to go your way in order for, things to plan out. But right now, boss number 1 of the seed down for Zeb. Absolutely no trouble. You've got a bunch of extra supers plus that high jump boots.
Nice refill. I'll take a refill all day here.
Yeah, so also if this is Kraid back here at Ruck's ship, that also lessens the need of Zeb to have the very suit, because like I said, you can do the Hell Run front to back and in with Turian a whole lot easier than you can go front to front, because reverse acid dive just takes a bunch of health.
So the worst boss that Idle could find right now is Fantoon.
Correct.
He finds Kraid or Dragon, though. There's an item behind both, and then you unlock the rest of the area.
Yeah. I mean, Zeb's a super away from ammo mode. Save is smart. And if it's Turian back there and the red ship item is nothing, you're just resetting.
Right.
Honestly, there's kind of an argument to just not do the E-Tank item. I think it's kind of bad, but I also think it could be kind of good. No, not really. You want to know what it is regardless.
Yeah,
But it's like, if that's
item.
an item you want and then it's Turian, like, you kind of think about resetting still and going back for the item. But
I guess it depends on what the item is too, right? Because if it's charge beam, you want to get that, you want to keep it for the rest of the bosses.
Yeah, so Zeb is doing that. That's so interesting. I'm still waffling back and forth on how good of a play I think this is. If this is Kraid, it works out really well. If it's Turian, it's kind of awkward. Like, again, Zeb knows that it can't be Varia, which is basically all that he needs from now. But, like, there are items that would be good that could be there. And especially if you're going to, like, front to back is more difficult, and our power bombs aren't super high, so, like, another E-Tank still wouldn't be the worst thing you could get. But, yeah, again, Idol, especially, like, Idol needs this to be Turian for what Zeb is checking. And again, he also needs to find Varia soon. It's Kraid. Yep, that's pretty over. I don't know how you come back from that.
Like I say, anything can happen in a seed, but you are talking about someone who is very experienced in playing this game, so
and
the likelihood that something is going to go
shambles. There's a very decent chance that Varia is just here. Zeb's also got the speed booster advantage. Like, it's tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, Zeb's end of game route is completely laid out for him. And it's Fantoon and Lord Warfare kind of sucks, but is what it is. You got two vanilla bosses on screen at the same time. That's funny.
Nice quick kill.
Backed it up on a second cycle there. Gonna get a grapple that didn't go Idol's way. He jumped a little bit early. Second reserve is kind of meh. I don't mind skipping that. See if Varia ends up still being in Kraid's lair after all. Yeah,
because we still got Kraid's closet.
Yeah. Pro tip for all the aspiring rando players out there. You want to wait on the right side of this room, regardless of which direction you're going to get the goop from. The goop is going to go all the way to that left wall, and it's going to put you in a position to have a lot more time to set up and just get better positions on the goop. So, yeah, just hang it on the right side. Okay, no Varia here, so... It's either... Varia suit is either here in East Meridia or it's at Waterway. That is all that is outstanding. Idol has absolutely no way of knowing that. So again, if Varia's here, Idol's still in a bad spot because he has to go to Red Ship first to do Kraid first. And given that he didn't do their charge, I mean, he's gotten 2/3 of those puzzle pieces here in East Meridia. And again, there is a very decent shot that the third one is also here. The only other place it can be is Waterway. So like, does he check Shactul or Plasma? I don't know. But again, he has to get Varia and make the decision to go to Wreck Ship over Lower Warfare first. Otherwise, he's still way behind. But both Ice and Charge Beam have shown their faces to Idol, and that is going to be pretty good. Yeah, so Zeb is just completely skipping E-Tank. I would greedily try to get Screw Attack, which is by far the best thing you could get there. And Ice Beam would also be great. Zeb doesn't know, obviously, that it's in East Meridia, but the race has gotten interesting, I will say that. And I also expect that Idol is going to go Plasma here. It makes sense. I don't know if he has, you know, made the realization about how the map works as far as the dead ends at Lower Warfare and Wreck Ship. Here's Zeb doing this now. He just needs a super for ammo go mode, and there is one at Precious, so he is going to get that, and then he's probably going to get the charge beam afterwards, and you know, probably pick it up and have a good laugh about it. It happens. Sometimes you get ammo go mode, and then you get charge beam. It is what it is. Actually, he's probably gonna have it before that when he goes to Aqueduct, but we'll see.
Yeah, Idol
Idle
let's
is.
see what Plasma's holding on to.
And again, this is like 1 out of 3 to be Varia. There it is.
Ooh!
That's really nice. Again, so doing back has put him closer to wreck ship. I think there's a path here for Idle, if I'm being honest. He just...
This is still a close race, yeah.
Yeah, so Zeb is going to be coming to East Meridian now. I think there's a chance he gets one of Ice or Varia. I don't think he gets both, and both of them are still pretty good. Like, if you know Ice is there, it's probably at worst time neutral. Because the Metroids and the damage that we know is going to come from Charge Beam.
And Zeb has the E-Tanks to do a Grand Hell Run to get down to Ridley's lair.
Yeah, so it's... like if Zeb gets Varia, this is over completely. But he might not. But he might not need it.
I mean, even if you don't need it and you don't use it, it's still going to be a lot slower than having it and using it.
Yeah, but he's so... Having Wreck Ship and Crate done is a big lead right now. Like a
Oh
big
yeah, no,
lead.
definitely.
And like, it sucks for Idle because like, even if he had followed through and gone back to find Kraid, he still has to make this backtrack. There was just no way he was killing Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested in how this plays out. So it does look like Idle is going to be following through and doing the thing that he has to do to have a chance here, which is going to wreck ship first. Yeah, I mean, he has played this as well as he could have possibly played it for the position he was in, and everything has worked out. Like, he literally got Ice Charge Varia in 3 out of 4 checks in East Meridian. But it might not matter. I have no idea yet. Number one, Zeb does have to execute the Lower Norfair.
Right.
Which, I mean, he's got 10 plus 1, but only 20 power bombs, which isn't a ton.
Yeah, you probably want to go into Lower Norfair with at least 25 power bombs, I would think.
I mean, and yeah, he's just going to be moving so much faster. Like, Idle is not getting speed.
Yeah, the speed difference is going to be a huge player in who's going to be doing what here.
And funnily enough, I think if you're actually being really heads up, you're supposed to save there and do this check. Not saving is worse than finding Turian. He's going to be fine because it's not Turian, of course. But,
right.
I mean, he's playing for his best outcome, and it is going to be his best outcome. Yeah, he's still going to need Zeb to mess up Lower Norfair, I think. Who's closer? I think Zeb gets Varia. The reason I think he gets Varia is because I think you want to go to Crocodor to get to Green Elevator, which is where the seed ends, and back of East Meridia is a lot closer to that than front. So... yeah. I think Zeb probably should get Varia here, and then it's just a very comfortable victory. But he might not, and it's probably still gonna be a victory. Yeah, you can see. I mean, Idle's laughing. Everything has worked out really well for how he's played this seed. Except for the fact that he couldn't do wreck ship the first time he got there, and that is just several.
That's probably what lost.
Minutes.
Yeah, that's probably what lost him the seed.
If it does in fact go that way again, Zeb does. He either has to get Varia to make this, you know, these last 10 minutes, you know, just a formality, or he has to execute the Lower Norfair, which is less of a formality, but still the more likely case, as he gets a very nice Wample jump here. Okay, so yeah, going out the back again, this is the right way to get to Lower Norfair. I would have thought he would farm supers more than he is. That's really interesting, and a wrinkle I hadn't considered. Yeah, like you see, he's farmed them there, but he didn't farm nearly as many in the East Cack Alley room. Did he kill Minicrade? He did.
Yep, he did.
I thought he might have like gotten a plasma hitbox. And okay, so Zeb is not getting Varia, which again I think is still fine. He just has to execute, but his current supers aren't great, and he didn't collect that one. And he didn't collect that one. Is he gonna ship refill somewhere? Like, very interested to see what's about to happen here.
I can tell.
Ship is really far away from Zeb, and you have to go the meme route to get to Green Brand if you're in Criteria, which isn't super great. I mean, you could come back through Norfair, but that's not any better. So, Idol will have Ridley dead here in a couple of minutes. He's going to be...
I still think that this race is going to be a little closer than you think it's going to be.
Again, I mean, again, it all comes down to how well Zeb handles this lower Norfair Hall run.
True.
He's more than capable of doing. But it is like doing things from the front. Like, you're not used to some of the stuff. Charge Wave Plasma negates a lot of the issues that you could have specifically in like worst room in the game, for example. He doesn't have Ice Beam, which is not the most notable thing, but it is somewhat notable. He's also probably farming here for a good little while, I would guess. Like, I've never, thought too hard about just how many supers you want and or need in this situation. Like, 23 23 feels like I want more, is all I can really say.
I mean, it's more than what Idol has at 13.
Right, but Idol doesn't need supers to refill his health, because his health will be fine.
Right. But 23 is enough because that's only one CF flash. I'm sorry, crystal flash. One crystal flash that he can do.
Yeah, I don't think you're with it being Fantoon who doesn't have an item. I don't think you're making this with one crystal flash. It's probably gonna take two, and thankfully, like, you don't need supers for Fantoon itself. But there's a super door that you have to open. You're probably supering, the eye door. You're probably gonna get some super. I guess this is fine.
I don't know. It's going to depend on power bomb drops for me. Because he's at 20. That's enough to do one crystal flash.
Yeah, and Fire Fleas is a completely free refill, so, like, that's just time. See what? How Zeb handles this. Again, if he nails this, without any hubbub, he will be well ahead of where Idol is. Idol's probably 4-ish minutes from where Zeb is. See, time on elevator 47:51. Because I was gonna go out this room, which isn't gonna take very long. He's gotta go all the way up West Meridia, go down an elevator, take the long route to Croc Door because he doesn't have speed. Yeah, 4 minutes might even be low on the estimation.
Well, we'll find out when he gets there.
Zeb is going to set up for this spark. Gets it, very nice. Where are you popping this first crystal flash?
After worst room in the game.
Is that high enough? Yes. Very nicely done. That was not exactly the 80% right. Ooh, that's not a great hit.
No. Oh.
As long as he doesn't. Ooh, this is. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh. When's the last time he saved?
He saved at the elevator. So we can
Okay.
scratch that 47.51. It's now 49 something. But I did say he had to nail it, and Idol found a much better route to Croc Door than I was not looking for, frankly. Okay, 49.14. That's our new target.
So he just lost 2 minutes because of that death.
A little under a minute and a half, yeah. Ugh. My brain wants to favor Idol right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that death might have been enough.
This is still anyone's race. Anything can happen, like I keep saying.
Idol's gotta start moving though. He's freezing enemies that he doesn't want to freeze. Oh, Zeb just got hit by another thing. He's gonna get hit on the way down, almost certainly. You just need to kill these things.
He doesn't have enough. He's gonna die again.
I mean, he's gonna have to do it here. He's gonna have to do it down here. But there's too many enemies. I don't know if that was in time. Ooh, barely.
Ooh, just barely.
Yeah, I think Idol's got this. Gotta be honest with you. It depends on... Does it? I think Idol's just got this.
I don't know. I think it's close. I think it's going to be a really, really close race, and we're not going to be able to really tell until we see who gets Tutorian first.
Because Zeb has to farm peeps here, and an E-Tank isn't even... Zeb's not farming power bombs here. Screw everything I just said. Again, this is Fantoon, so there is not an item back here. Zeb does not have another Crystal Flash. Currently. Do you not farm power bombs there? It's not like you're farming Fantoon, right?
You're not getting power bombs off of Fantoon, that's for sure.
He has one reserve. Not two. He skipped one. I mean, it's more than two. It's like 2.5, 3 minutes. Maybe he's still fine. Well, he messed up his speed strat here in this room. That's not great. Yeah, like 2.5 minutes.
51:41 going down the elevator for Idol.
Yeah. I mean, Zeb might just be dead. He needs a lot of power bombs.
There are some power bombs in this room, but not enough.
He doesn't have the time to get them right now. I think not going to Firefly was a mistake. I'm gonna be honest. It's not what I expect from Zeb. He's very smart.
He's got to be hoping for a power bomb drop in here. But with this low health, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a health bomb.
I mean, he's not in health bomb, and he's not going to get in the health bomb. That I'm not worried about. But he's 6 short of a Crystal Flash. Okay, Adam, you have charge, Ice Plasma. Please use it. That's not high enough. There's no way. There you go. Get up there. Like, just kill the enemies. Like, Idol is just gonna come in here, destroy this boss, and be done with it. Zeb's doing all this. Zeb's doing all this farming.
I mean, Zeb doesn't have a choice to do the farm, but to do the farm right now.
Well, at this point, no, he doesn't. Yeah. I do still think it's close, but it's going to be so tough to live from here.
It's going to be very tight, regardless of how you look at it.
I mean, how many power bombs can you reasonably expect from Fantoon? That's the question I'm asking right now.
I'm going to say less than 5.
I mean, he's going to be able to get into the room and farm some power bombs, so he doesn't need to get to 11, but...
Fantoon's down.
So, Idol's Metro rooms are going to be faster. Zeb's escape is going to be faster. Zeb's mother brain is going to be faster. Both because of the ammo and the more powerful beam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are really good powerbomb drops. Oh, this is so close!
He needs one.
I mean, he needs more than one, but he's going to be able to get one power, Crystal Flash. That'll refill your health, and then you have the time to refarm the room a little bit. Because you need power bombs to get out of here. He's got speed and Spring Ball to save 3 total power bomb uses, but he's going to be at 4. You gotta nail stuff. Oh my goodness.
This is gonna be close.
Idol, please use your charge beam. It's so much better than a Doppler that you're gonna mess up with flames. It even tells you how much damage it does. You barely have to do math. I mean, that might have been a 6 Doppler, but like, congrats. You did the same amount of damage, and it was harder. Your charge beam is literally a super missile that doesn't enrage Fantoon. Oh, brutal. Oh, but the fast reappear?
Very nice.
Okay. Oh, Zeb did have bombs. If he avoids enemy hits, I think Zeb is far enough ahead to take this, but not by much. Ooh, and he's saving.
I don't blame him for saving after this. Man, Idol is hot on Zeb's heels, though.
Okay, he's doing the manip. I like that. 1, 2. Is that enough? Oh, ooh! 100 damage! He's gonna have to fire fleet farm, and he's so low. Did that matter? If this is an E-Tank, I think Zeb wins. If it's not,
it's X-Ray.
I think Idol wins.
This is still going to be hard to call for me until you get to Torian, though.
I mean, can you risk this? Can you really risk this? He's risking it. He doesn't know that he literally needs to risk it. Oh my gosh, these key hunters! Is he gonna dodge them? This is enough health if he dodges them, or kills them, or hitboxes. That one's gonna troll all these dead.
Oh, he's so dead. That officially puts Zeb behind Idol.
Tough. It's always gonna be tough. Wow.
This is still close. I mean, Zeb has the movement to catch back up, but I think you're right. I think Idol takes this one.
Yeah, I mean, again, Metroid's way faster for Idol. The rest of Turian faster for Zeb. He avoided enemy hits, so he's got a lot more to work with this time, but I mean, he's a minute behind. He has to powerbomb the Metroids. He doesn't need to nail speed Zeb skip, but he probably goes for it. It would be faster to get it.
Yeah.
Crazy race.
Yeah, this race was really crazy to watch.
The odds of spiking all 3 items that Idol needed in 4 major checks in East Radio was very low.
Pretty low.
Especially from his perspective. Like, we knew that it wasn't at Kraid. We knew that it wasn't at Bubble Mountain. But, like, we didn't know, like, both Ice and Charge could have been in Wreck Ship. Like, those aren't affected by the variant logic. They also could have been down here in Lower Norfair. Like, just crazy that... I was talking about it at the beginning. Idol plays these seeds in ways such that, he has to make plays in order to be successful. He made them, and, thanks to a few unfortunate deaths here in Lower Norfair, everything's paying out. I will be very curious to ask Zeb specifically how he felt about Plasma Beam check and That works for energy tank. Check again. I said it at the time. I would have greedily checked for screw attack because screw attack would have alleviated every issue Zeb just had here in Lore Warfare. It's very unlikely that it was there, right? But sometimes you gotta get greedy. And even if it is there, like that's not vindication of what I would have done. It's just what I would have done. But like, you know, Zeb made the plays that he made, and you know he'll be fine to live with all of that. But his bracket path just got a whole lot harder.
Definitely.
Because as I alluded to, a little bit of spoilers for a match that just ended recently here, but the winner of this Group A is going to be Sunblue Farmer with 1 loss to Zeb. Zeb, this is, I mean, unless Idol has a lot of trouble here in Turian, probably going to take this one home. And like you were saying, this is still really close because, I mean, Zeb's already, you know, he's only a few years behind. He can get this baby skip. And then his Mother Brain is faster. Like I said, he has a stronger beam and more ammo.
Right.
And because neither of them has full beam, ammo, supers specifically are the fastest DPS they have for Mother Brain. But I think Idol's far enough ahead. That's a good baby skip, though.
That's a very good baby skip.
I don't know why Idol is Zeb skipping. You have ice. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Probably just trying to get through these as fast as possible.
I mean, he's gonna shoot this thing 36 times now instead of just Zeb skipping. I'm so confused. Idol always finds a way to confuse me. I will say that about him. He's probably in, you know, 3 hours when he watches this back, he's gonna be probably mad at me, but also probably thankful that, you know, I say things. But like, oh man, you were right, man. This is still close. Speed is a lot faster on escape. And Idol didn't Zeb skip. And this Mother Brain's faster. Are we gonna have another comeback?
Another comeback. Mother Brain won first shot at 1:01:16.
I mean, speed saves like 20 plus seconds in escape, right? Someone can do the actual match. It saves a lot of time. Is Zeb ahead?
The first shot, 1:01:29 for Zeb.
Is Zeb gonna? If Zeb stands up, he just wins, right? How is this so close? I counted my chickens before they hatched. Never count your chickens before they hatch. All of you in chat.
This is why I keep saying to everybody, anything can happen. Do not discount a racer. They will come back and bite you in the butt. Again,
Zeb has stand-up. It's the
hitting
second most powerful beam.
At 1:02:06. Stand-up glitch at 1:02:09. This is a 3-second difference right now with speed in Zeb's favor.
It's not 3 seconds. You gotta do it from the baby. But
all right, well, let's do baby land. Let's do baby attaching.
Again, stand-up saves time. Oh my gosh! Is he gonna snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? I think yes. I've said 4 different things already, so don't listen to what I'm saying at this point. But oh my goodness. PSA to all of you out there in chatland, the speed booster is a very, very good item. There was ever
baby attaching. 1:02:55. Baby attaching. 1:03:05.
Yeah, but it took longer on Zeb's because it wasn't straight away. It didn't just go to him. Yeah, Zeb's just, oh my god.
Yep, but this is Mother Brain Phase 3 that we get to count now because of all these charge shots to the face.
Oh yeah, I think it's 40 shots. Zeb's probably going to need like 10 maximum, probably less.
This is going to come down to escape because of stand-up. Which Zeb will definitely win because of speed booster.
I mean, yeah, you save like 15 seconds in 2 different rooms. Yeah, and again, he's already
Mother Brain
ahead.
3's down.
Wow, that is insane.
Mother Brain 3 down for Idol.
You can see he's sweating. Like, wow. Yeah, like you cannot execute Speed
The
Booster.
time bomb is set at 104.07. And 104.13. This is basically a 7-second difference with Zeb in favor. Not to mention with the speed booster to get through this room, it's making this room a whole lot faster.
It makes this room faster on the entry. It makes climb faster. It makes landing site faster. It's 2 deaths, and he still comes out on top. That's crazy. I'm just glued to Idol's face cam because this is a snipe, and he doesn't know. Like, it was way closer. Obviously, Speed is making it a lot less close in the end, but like, he killed Mother Brain 2 first. Like, you kill Mother Brain 2 first, you usually win, but he didn't even kill Mother Brain 3 first. So
Right.
Zeb is going to pull this one out. Keep those hopes alive for a tied first seed in this group, and that is it. Official race time of 1 hour 5 minutes. There's the facial reaction. Oh man, Idol. 1 hour 5 minutes 18 seconds, and quickly behind here, Idol. You know, just a few movement shambles here, but again, number 1, you just saw the dot done, and number 2, you don't have speed booster, so it's awkward. But yep, he is going to step on the ship in second place with an official time of 1 hour 5 minutes and 47 seconds.
GG's to both of our racers.
They're still talking in this race room chat. So, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a break here before the next one.
Well, I'm going to do the thing that I keep telling chat to do. I'm going to get up, I'm going to stretch, I'm going to hydrate. So chat, be sure you do that before the second race, because we're going to be right back and we're going to see if Idol can snatch this tie and make it a tied race in the next one here in just a minute.
So yeah, they've been talking a lot. I wonder if they've been listening to me go crazy for the last 5 minutes while they've been not racing here with our delay. But yeah. I mean, after that close of a race, I think you would have taken a little bit of a break anyway, but see if I can yell at them about getting started here soon enough. Yeah, again, congrats to Zeb. As Idol said, second race would have been very interesting. So basically the way that this one played out, for Idol to make bracket, he needed to sweep, and for Zeb to have a chance at the 1 seed, he needed to sweep. So yeah, it's been very, very like this was a very high stakes matchup for today, and it was a very high stakes race, and Zeb has definitely been watching at least a little bit. Hello Zeb in the present moment, who's still talking in race time chat. But yeah, he knows that he passed on stand up. Not that he needed stand up. Speed probably does it on its own. But yeah, what a race! We've had some exciting ones. Oh, Idol's reminding me about the grapple kill shambles. Wow, I forgot about that. Where was Screw Attack? I guess that's all I really care about here. Wreck Ship Right Supers. Zeb could have had those. And then it wouldn't have been that close. He still won. Crazy race, though. Hopefully you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Hopefully you all enjoyed me being wrong 7 times in 3 minutes. Yeah, that's going to do it for our first race here. We're going to have another one coming up here whenever they decide to start, which again, they're well within their right to take some time here, but
yep.
We'll get a little break here. Like my co-commentator said, you know, stretch, get some water, chat on some food, whatever it is you wish to do. I mean, can the second one possibly live up to this? It could. Who knows?
I was thinking of grabbing a snack. I should grab a snack.
I'm definitely gonna grab some water.
I just grabbed a drink. Man, but Zeb was cooking the entire time in that seed. So the fact that, like, when you were saying earlier that he's gonna take the seed, like, I wasn't doubting you, but watching Idol in his lead and just the amount of luck he had there, like, I am serious. Like, when Idol comes into the interview booth, I'm gonna tell him to go buy a lottery ticket because that's how lucky he was in this first seed.
I mean, you know, you got 20 fewer items, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's just craziness. Those are the last words I'm gonna say on this booth before we break for race 2. Craziness.
All right, I'm gonna mute up as well.